Hey guys, why don't you follow me and I'll show you the compressor room. This is the heart of the system. This is really where the magic happens. So we're going to log onto the computer, and that way we can see all the readouts of what our operating conditions are. We have no alarm showing, so everything's in good condition, temperatures are fine. Some simple controls, just turn equipment on and off as we need it. If we have to turn it off for service, we can lock it out. That way we can work on it safely. As you come along here, we're going to show you how simple this system really is. These are the compressors and a lot of cool features on them. So we have an automatic oil return system. We have more than enough horsepower, but look at the size of the piping. Very small, very efficient. Some coalescers that filter the oil out of the gas, and then they bring it back to the machine so that we don't have to add oil, drain oil, usually for the whole season. And over here we have the CO2 detection system, and it alerts us if there's any kind of high levels of CO2, turns an exhaust fan on, and will sound some bells and whistles if there's any concern at all. This is the detector, so as we walk into the room, we can now see what the levels are, and if there's any alarms, they'll be indicated on here. Keep everybody safe and working. And as we go through, we come to the actual liquid CO2 pumps. Very small, very efficient. They're what actually pump the CO2 through all that miles of piping in the floor. They're only a couple horsepower each, yet that's more than enough to maintain the ice surface in pretty much all conditions. Back here, this large vessel we're looking at, that's the low pressure receiver, and that stores the liquid that we're pumping out into the floor. It comes back, then the compressors take it, compress it, and they remove the heat. The white pipes hidden back here, they're about 2 inches in diameter, which is so much smaller than a standard rink, which is going to run 6-inch mains, 8-inch mains, depending on how far you have to go. They carry the CO2 out through the parking lot, up into the concrete just under the ice. That's how we cool down the concrete, which cools down the water that we put on top. That's what everybody is skating on today. When we need to bring the CO2 in, we bring it in these bottles and then we move it over into the low pressure receiver. Refrigeration grade CO2, nothing but the very best. This system is running at 50 tons, so that's the amount of heat we can move within an hour. That gives an idea of the size, surface area, how it performs in outdoor conditions. And so that we've put that on the nameplate so that everybody can be up to date and know exactly what they're getting when they purchase one of these systems.